bar percentage do I work with on dynamic days? Ranges. I guess it really depends. If I'm working off of my competition squat, I'm typically off season, if I'm not getting ready for something, 30 to 40%. And I know most of the stuff you read is a little higher, but for me, if I'm always going even 4 to 5 plates on my speed work every week, it just kicks the shit out of me. So what I have kind of been doing is I'll kind of wave it between 3 and 4 plates. So I guess technically that would be 30 to 40% if I took my competition squat, but if I took, I'm using specialty bars. So like if I'm waving between 3 and 4 plates on a specialty bar, that's going to put me 50 to 60%, probably what my max would be on that actual lift, if that makes sense. So if I got like cambered bar with bands like I did today and 3 plates, I'm probably somewhere between 50 to 60% of my max with that bar and that setup. So it kind of depends how you look at it, but just from an injury standpoint, I've found if I'm up above 4 plates for too long on my speed days, I start feeling shitty, start getting beat up, just I don't do well with it. So what I'll do is I'll stay between 3 and 4 plates, like I said, which is 30 to 40% of my straight bar max, and then once I know I got to start looking at a meet like 8 weeks out, then I'll start pushing that up a little bit. I'll try to work between maybe 4 and 5 plates a little more often, not even 5. I'll really get up to 5 plates on my speed day. So like 365, 405, 455, 12 to 8 weeks out from a meet, I'll start messing around with that, put the briefs on more. So it kind of depends where you're at. Bench, I've found I do better if I stay between 30 and 40%. So that's just kind of what I've been doing. I think for a raw lifter, it might be a good idea to up those percentages a little bit on the bench. But that's just kind of what I found. Everybody's kind of different. You got to fuck around with it a little bit. Who was on the Coaches from Hell shirt? This is why I did this, because people need to know who these motherfuckers are. Going from left to right, the first bald guy is Ryan Groneman. He's the head guy down at Presbyterian College in one of the Carolinas. I can't fucking remember which one. But I basically worked under all these people, or most of them, when I was first getting into coaching at UB, and was very fortunate to learn. Fuck you, bitch. Was very fortunate to learn from some of the best coaches there are. So like Groney was there, and he's a really, really good hands-on coach. He's like probably one of the best I've seen. Real technical, knows how to communicate well with athletes. Then Paul's on there next. Paul Childress was a world record holder in the 308 class when the WPO was the big powerlifting organization going on. Held the world record for multiple years. Also a very technical guy. He's still competing at 45, I think, and he could still basically go total 2,600 any day of the week. But what's cool about that is that speaks to longevity and knowing how to stay in the game and stay healthy. So he was at UB too when I first got in there, and then Dave's on there too. I didn't even meet Dave till a couple years ago, but I kind of read one of his articles back in 2000. Periodization Bible Part 2, which talked about the conjugate method and stuff, and really kind of changed my path and where I was headed. And also, just learned a ton off of the site over the years. And then Buddy's on there, Buddy Morris, who was the head guy at Buffalo when I was there. Had followed him for years on Elite, all the stuff he wrote, so learned a ton from him. And then Julia Anto's on there too. And she was at UB when I first got into. She was actually, she was the first one to let me start coming in and volunteering and stuff. And I basically bugged the shit out of those people. First couple of years I was there, just questions all the time. And so that's kind of my tribute band that I put together. I kind of say my motherfuckers versus your motherfuckers. And I mean that. Like, learning from those people was huge. So, I kind of came to that realization the more I go out and talk to people and speak and stuff, and just how lucky I was to learn what I did from those guys. So, wanted to put that together as like a tribute or whatever, and I always talk about that when I go out and speak. So, that's who's on there. Go buy one. The link to the store is in my profile. Go forth and fucking represent. Yes, I'm going to the Elite seminar in April. I wouldn't fucking miss it. Yes, those are always very good. I'll be there. Highly recommended. Right? I'm not biased at all, but, How to politely tell sport coaches that their conditioning drills are outdated and fucking suck. I mean, ineffective. It's tough. It's a fucking, every coach is going to be different. I found with the coaches that are like hell-bent on doing their stuff, maybe just suggest like, hey, I was watching so-and-so or whatever, even though this may not be the case. Like, I was watching so-and-so basketball team, and they were talking about doing this during their conditioning. What do you think about trying it? Or what do you think about me, taking over the running or your conditioning and helping out with that a little more, just to take some load off your plate. It's tough. You get a coach that wants to micromanage everything. They don't want to let things go. And then sometimes what you'll see is they'll let you take it over and you're running it, but they're there and putting their influence in and kind of fucking things up. So I really don't have a good answer, unfortunately. Some will listen, and if they ain't gonna listen the first time or let you kind of help them, they're probably not going to. So just fucking leave it alone. Leave it alone and do the best you can with what they're letting you do. What books are you currently reading? Nothing. I see people post all the time about, I'm reading this book now and I'm reading that book. I don't know how anybody has fucking time to sit down and read, to be honest. And I'm sure, okay, there's different things. There's things I could take out of my routine that would allow me time to read, but I don't think that it's going to help me. So I'm not reading anything currently. If you're looking for training resources, Elite FTS, highly recommended. I'll read articles off of there when I see something good pops up. Joe DeFranco's a really good resource for training. Louis stuff, Dave's stuff. I'm going to leave some people out probably here, but Super Training I like. That's like my short list right off the top of my head. You know what I should be reading? I should be reading more on marketing and fucking sales, to be honest. So how about that? You just helped me self-improve. Good question. That's what I should be reading about. I can go in and make people fucking faster and stronger and jump higher pretty easy. Maybe I should read about some shit that I need to up my game on. So, I don't know. That's what I'm currently reading. Nothing. Maybe I'll go join a fucking book club. I got enough shit to do, let alone sit down and read. I got fucking internet videos to make. Am I doing any conferences or anything around the Kansas City area? No. Shoot me a message and we'll set something up. I'm trying to go everywhere. I got this fucking traffic. I got a seminar in Malden, Massachusetts, February 23rd. That's all-day conjugate thing. March 1st and 2nd, I'm at Livonia High School up near Rochester, New York. I'm just speaking for an hour at that. We got a bunch of good people coming in, trying to get some high school coaches up there. That's March 1st and 2nd. Check that out. That's on, trying to think where there's a link. Look at Chad Smith's Instagram. In his bio should be the link. Or you can, if you want to shoot me a message, I'll give you the direct link to the Livonia one. The one in Malden is at Strength Discovery Gym, and then they have a link in their bio to that. So go check that out. Or if you just want to DM me, I can send you the link. But yeah, I don't have anything in the Kansas City area planned, but I will travel. You know, we'll set it up and get it going and try to make your gym a little money or whatever the fuck you're doing. Must have specialty bars. All of them. No. If I had to pick, I understand people got budgets. The first one I'd probably go with is safety bar, yoke bar. Next one I would go with, after you get that, I would go giant cambered bar, rackable cambered bar. And then probably the next one after that, probably American grip cambered bar. That'd probably be my order. Now, if budget's not an issue, I would have nice. See, we got some people coming to Malden. You guys need to sign up for that, man. It's getting late. But if budget's not an issue, I'm going to have every one of those on every rack. So I think it's you don't have to have them to run the conjugate system, but I think it's a huge advantage for your athletes because you're not going to kick the shit out of them so bad. And I know that doesn't sound very hardcore, but if you're a coach, your job is to keep them fucking healthy. So